Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we have such an exciting show as we're making a restaurant quality Spanish dish that's not only very easy to make, but it's filled with so much goodness. We're talking salmón a la plancha con patatas alioli. This dish is basically boiled potatoes that are coated in a garlic mayo alioli, and then you top them off with a pan-grilled salmon fillet and then some garlic sauce to take things to the next level. Folks, we're talking a ton of great flavors, the simplest ingredients, and all done in just 30 minutes. Alright, let's begin by cutting two medium-sized potatoes that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry, each one into bite-sized pieces that are 2 centimeters thick, which is about 3/4 of an inch. For this recipe, important to use potatoes that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better when they're being boiled. I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes, but you can also use new potatoes, Golden Delight, or even red potatoes. Then we'll add the cut potatoes into a stock pot and fill it with some water to about 1/2 inch above the potatoes, which is 1.25 centimeters. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and heat it with a high heat. While the potatoes are cooking, let's make our two sauces. I'm going to start by making the garlic mayo alioli. I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of mayonnaise into a bowl. This is about 120 grams. Then we'll finely grate in 2 cloves of garlic. As always, if you don't have a grater, you can just finely mince the garlic. Squeeze in 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters, and 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters. Then we'll season with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and whisk it together until everything's well mixed. For the next sauce, let's make the garlic and parsley sauce that we're going to add over the salmon. I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic that I roughly chopped into a mortar, and a pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, we'll pound down on the garlic until we form a paste-like texture. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, no big deal. You can also use a food processor here, a handheld blender, or even a NutriBullet. Then we'll add in 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is about 8 grams, and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. By the way, for this recipe, I'm using a Spanish olive oil from the Georgetown Olive Oil Company. Truly gives this dish that beautiful depth of Spanish goodness. Link where you can get some in the description box below. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together. Okay, let's move back to the potatoes. It's been about 15 minutes since I turned on the heat, and at this point, they should be perfectly cooked through. You know, you can always pierce them with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in there, but with some resistance, they are ready to go. Let me tell you, you don't want to overboil the potatoes, otherwise they can easily start to fall apart. At this point, I'm going to remove the stock pot from the heat and drain the potatoes into a colander and let them sit there. That way that water can drain and they can slightly cool off. For the final step, let's start cooking up our salmon. I'm going to grab a medium-sized nonstick fry pan and heat it with a medium heat. Important to use nonstick here with the method we're going to cook the salmon in. If you don't, it can easily stick to the surface. While the pan is heating, I'm going to add in 2 salmon fillets over some paper towels and pat them completely dry. The size of the fillets I'm using are 8 ounces, which is about 225 grams each. And I am using fresh salmon here. However, you can also use the frozen stuff. Just make sure to fully thaw it out beforehand. Then we'll drizzle the salmon fillets with a kiss of extra virgin olive oil and rub it all over the fillets. And then we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and you just have to do this on one side. Okay, let's move back to the pan. Once it's nice and hot, we'll add in the salmon fillets. And we're going to go for 2 to 3 minutes per side here, or until the salmon is perfectly cooked through. Once the salmon fillets are cooked through, we'll remove them from the fry pan. Alright, let's start assembling our dish. As you can see by leaving the potatoes to sit here, they're now cool enough to handle. I'm going to transfer them into a bowl and add in the garlic mayo alioli. And we'll gently mix it together until all the potatoes are coated in the sauce. And once again, remember to be gentle here, otherwise you can easily break the potatoes apart. Then we'll transfer some of the potatoes into a serving dish. Add one of the salmon fillets over the potatoes. And top it off with the garlic and parsley sauce. And check it out, salmon a la plancha con patatas alioli. Garlic salmon with alioli potatoes. Super easy to make, such a gorgeous presentation, and all done in just 30 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, salmon a la plancha con patatas alioli. This is Spanish comfort food at its best. Here we go. Like I told you at the beginning, today we have an episode to really get excited about. This dish is out of this world good. The salmon just melts in your mouth, and the potatoes add such a great texture in there. And the combination of that garlic mayo alioli with the garlic and parsley sauce, explosion of so much goodness. Folks, give this a try at home. Perfect for a busy weeknight or even for a relaxed weekend lunch. Either way, serve it next to a crunchy baguette and of course a bottle of Spanish wine for the ultimate dining experience. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Sam Cohen, Kent Anderson, Grace Swadith, and Amy Martinez. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.